I don't know what anybody's talking about. I don't see any criminals here. I think we all know who the real criminals here are.
The reality is that there have been some violent incidents at the property that we're fully aware of.
They're trying to say that here there's delinquents, that here there's criminals, here there's moms, there's families, there's fathers, there's families.
There has been mixed messaging in the last few days about claims of a Venezuelan gang taking over an Aurora apartment complex. Well, tonight we're hearing directly from the people who live there and from Mayor Mike Coffman. I'm glad you're with us tonight. I'm Shannon Ogden.
And I'm Jessica Crawford. We'll hear more from Mayor Coffman in just a moment. But first, let's go back to how we got to this point. You've likely seen this video. It surfaced over the weekend, making national headlines and causing panic. But despite our best efforts to get answers, not much context surrounding it.
A Facebook post by Mayor Mike Coffman perhaps added to the panic when the mayor called for an emergency court order to clear the apartment buildings of Venezuelan gang activity, declaring the properties a criminal nuisance. And Aurora police then posted that a special task force was working in collaboration with state, local, and federal partners to address the gangs.
Meanwhile, a different message from Aurora city officials proclaiming Aurora is a safe place to live, work, and visit. Then, as recently as yesterday, Aurora police saying they didn't find anyone with an outstanding warrant or any other criminal activity while canvassing the apartment complex. The mayor of Aurora says that he wants to get this under control, but in a one-on-one with Denver 7, he stopped short of saying that Venezuelan gangsters have taken control of apartment complexes.
Denver 7's Colette Bordelon spoke with the mayor today and tells us what he thinks is a problem for those people in those buildings.
Aurora is at the center of a national conversation.
I would ask people not to take a broad brush about our city.
Specifically, 3 apartment complexes where people are coming to see for themselves. After a viral video showing armed men at a complex off of Dallas Street led to questions without clear answers.
I think it's an out-of-state slumlord and hasn't maintained the properties.
Aurora Mayor Mike Coffman sat down with us on Tuesday to address allegations that apartment complexes in Aurora have been taken over by the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua, or TDA.
The reality is that there have been some violent incidents at the property that we're fully aware of.
Have you been able to confirm any Tren de Aragua activity within those complexes?
I think the view is kind of mixed on that. Quite frankly, that part is not relevant to me. Now, the DEA has confirmed to me that there are Tren de Aragua elements that are involved in fentanyl distribution.
Aurora police are concerned about what they call a small TDA presence in the city. They continue to say they have seized at least 1 gun and additional evidence related to the video that's circulating on social media.
I think that there is gang activity. Whether it's Tren de Aragua, I don't know.
We asked the resident whose doorbell camera took that viral video for an interview today. They told us we have to get a password from Councilwoman Danielle Jurinsky before they will interview with us.
I don't understand why somebody would be censored, why an elected official would be trying to censor someone.
He visited the Edge at Lowry Apartments with police on Monday and says he spoke with several residents who he believes are mainly migrants from Venezuela.
There's just this system of exploitation there with this criminal element that hangs over the population.
Coffman plans to launch an investigation into how this happened. He believes it'll show that nonprofits not working with the city placed Venezuelan migrants in the apartment complexes.
And we're going to walk it back to understand what happened and make sure it never happens again.
In Aurora, Colette Bordelon, Denver 7.
Aurora police have arrested 1 man in connection to a shooting from July who they confirm is a documented member of Tren de Aragua. He's currently in ICE custody.